And we are live. Hello, everyone out there in the wonderful world of Twitch. Hopefully, you can hear us and everything is going according to plan at this point. Had a few video hiccups for a moment there, but hey. Welcome to the finale, the not the penultimate, the final episode. This has been a long time coming. Uh, I'm gonna save a lot of the sappy stuff for the very end. Because quite frankly, that's not exactly why anybody's here. We're all here to have some fun and enjoy ourselves and play some ninjas, like always. So, with that said, give me a moment as I set a few things up and get this all rolling.
You're not set up.
What have you been doing all this time?
Playing. No, had to get our music going because, after all, we're in a special moment here.
Yeah.
When last we left our intrepid group of ninja, they had traveled across the kingdom from one end to the other after having been involved in a battle at Jishin Fort on the border between the Izzo Empire and the land of Seed and Blossom. In a triumphant, ending, they defeated them and at the same time had discovered that they had a final task to do. That task was the destruction of the current immortal, which turns out to be the Emperor himself, Emperor Izzo Mamuro. The group has traveled now back from that border, knowing that this may be their last time. Up the river and into the capital city, where they have now taken the moment to sneak into the castle. They managed to go up the side of the castle, and I believe some of you went through the side, some of you all went up the staircase or whatever, and you have met on the, was it second or third level? I think it was the third level, right?
I believe
Third,
so.
yes.
Yeah.
Where a figure from our earlier campaign, a captain of the engineers, has intercepted them alongside a member that you believe is of the hold on a second, I have to look that up, but they are the Jade goodness.
Smiths?
Jade Smiths, thank you. I know.
Has he been playing this game for 5 years or what?
It's okay. Luckily, my notes are right
There's a
here.
lot to remember in this.
I know.
But here we are. A storm rages outside of the palace. It seems that as you have gotten closer and closer to the Emperor, carrying within Guy the, magic poison pill of some sort to take down the Emperor, the storms outside have grown stronger and stronger. Yes, there was an engineer. That is the captain. I believe it was Captain Harada.
Yeah, the guy of the... Was that his name?
I have Azukawa.
Yeah, Aizawa, I thought was his name.
Azukawa, sorry.
That's okay.
But as the Jade Smith drew his sword, something happened, and the entire floor has been filled with fog that is so thick that you cannot see your companions, you cannot see anyone around you. It is just soup. Now, this said, what we're going to do for this final series of combats, or at least this one, is that this is going to be a dynamic environment.
Ooh!
Yeah, dynamic environments in not Growing Shadows, but Ninja Crusade are special locations that are supposed to be like, this is a big battle with additional rules besides just your jutsus and your combat. Additional things take place. So that said, I know that part of what will be taking place is that it is going to be harder to locate your opponent. And there is a chance that you may accidentally hit each other. So while I pull up the exact, you know, the exact rules for this, go ahead and tell myself and the audience, for one more time, signing on, who you are, what character, describe them, and what they're doing in this moment. Oh no, I hadn't yet, but yeah. If you can't tell tonight, I am both myself and Rue here are wearing a special hat. It is our dumpling, our butt-naked dumpling hat, which was given to us by Justine. We have shirts for it online usually, but Justine got us these hats as a farewell gift, and I'm touched.
And they're special because they have a shuriken in them.
Yeah,
It's
they're
different.
dangerous.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're dumplings with weapons.
They're armed.
Horrifying.
So, go ahead and going around the group, take your time while I am grabbing the specific rules and let us know who your character is, who you are, and what they are doing in this situation.
Start us off, Chet.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Stephen Papan. I play Chetsuo Kawasaki. You can find me here on Twitch TV at twitch.tv/gamer_not gamer, where I play games with my friend Corey. In this moment, Chet is using all of his training to focus on his hearing to fight without sight.
Very nice. How about you, Ronto? What are you doing? And who are
Hi.
you?
Oh, I'm Justine. You can find me and my art on Twitter. If you just search Miss Scribbles, links usually pop up in the chat. And I play Ronto Honda and her dog, Camu. And what we are doing right now is prepping to activate one of our jutsus that will enhance our sense of smell.
And Tuan, 'tis your turn.
Alright, hi, I'm Tuan. I'll be playing Huaito Guy. I am the resident nerd of the group, and I am trying to not shiver so loudly they can notice me in this fog. My knees are literally clacking.
Like, don't knock that crystal out of your forehead.
I'm trying. I'm scared.
And my name is Rue Thompson, and I play Fujishita Kyo, the group's merchant bestie that can talk them into trouble and hopefully out of it. And right now, she is sighing heavily and probably interposing herself in front of where Guy was at last she saw, and between Guy and the guard dogs, as they are.
All right. Now, of course, I am the GM, John Thompson, and pretty much, I guess, the brainchild of this campaign. So let's go ahead and start this off. First and foremost, this is a dynamic environment for a combat. And what that means is, first, something that we definitely need to address. In your character, your element. If your character has the element on your character sheet of wood, you gain an additional dice for your tests during this combat. Ooh. So if you have wood for your element for your character, you get one more dice.
For any specific test or all
any
tests?
test, you have a dynamic dice that is given to you. Now, the downside to this, I'll go ahead and read out. The ninja is in an environment where it is very hard to see or perceive anything. This dynamic environment assumes the ninja are up against opponents who can also hide with some degree of skill. As all of the combatants hide, strike, hide, and move, there is mass confusion. Foes appear and disappear. Each round randomly determine whom each ninja is next to for battle and roll one die. So on a 1 to 3, the ninja finds themselves far away from her original location. Roll again, ignoring a 7 to 9 on the die. For a 4 to 6, the character finds themselves next to an ally, which can help for trading equipment or healing. Do not roll a die for the ally. On a 7 to 9, they appear next to an opponent. Both roll stealth versus perception, so you roll versus your opponent, to determine if they see each other. The ninja could be hidden from her opponent or vice versa. It is possible they are even both hidden from each other or both revealed. And finally, with a 10, the ninja is next to no one this round, but they get a glimpse of an enemy. Not only can they make a ranged attack if they have the right weapon, but they can choose their placement next round with no roll. So, this is where we find ourselves. Combat in, of course, Ninja Crusade is a static number, and that number is always set from the beginning. Let me go ahead and I believe our top initiative is currently an 11, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So with the players who have an 11 starting off, we're going to go ahead. We're going to to make it easier. Roll your D10 and let's see where you are in the fog.
I rolled a 3.
I rolled a 0.
Okay, so that means that Guy, you are at range from one of the opponents. So you have that special thing. You can attack at range and also decide where you are next round.
Mm-hmm.
Chet, for you, that means that you are currently far from your original location in all this. Roll again.
Whoa, a 5.
All right, so you are next to one of your allies. In this point, I'm going to say that it's going to be Ronto or it's going to be Kyo.
Kyo.
All right. And so, Kyo, go ahead and, just to get it out of the way, go ahead and give me your D10.
10.
You are at range 2. So, Chet, you can't see it, but Kyo does see where the enemy is. And so you can attack at range, and you can decide where you're going to be on your next round. Finally, let's go ahead and get Ronto's roll.
Me. Does Camu need his own roll?
I'm going to say no at
Okay.
this point.
That is a 9.
A 9, so you are next to an opponent. I'm going to say that it is the Jadesmith.
Got it.
So, go ahead and roll the stealth versus perception for the bad guy. So your stealth, their perception.
Okay. Straight stealth then. That is going to be 1 success.
All right. They see you. Now, the
Gotcha.
question is, do you see them? Also, you need to make that roll of perception.
Okay. See them out. My little eagle eyes. That is going to be 3 successes.
Okay, you beat them. They got 2 successes, so.
It's on.
All right, starting at the top with our 2 people that are aware of where the bad guys are. Or at least one of you is aware where the bad guys are. So, Guy, do you mind starting us off?
Yeah. So, wait, don't we need to roll dynamic actions?
Thank you. That's a good point.
We do.
Also, table karma is currently at 4 for 4 players. 5? Okay, so we got 1 from chat. Thank you, chat. So you are at 5 karma. I have 1 GM karma. And I'm going to go ahead and say, regardless of where you were last game, all your key is refilled.
Cool. We start out with 2 dynamic actions, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Then
we
you roll 4 dynamic dice.
Yep. All right, just making sure I'm still doing it right. And we didn't magically get better after between now and the last fight.
Yeah. No.
All right, so kicking off with the initiative, I'm gonna recommend that we go with Guy just because Guy sees the bad guys, or
All right,
sees a
so-
bad guy, and I'm gonna say that you see the engineer, and he is trying to line up a shot with a musket
On me or on someone else?
on someone else.
Got it. All right then. In that case, I was planning on doing something else, but since he's actually got someone in his sights, first action, I'm gonna go ahead and cast a jutsu. Work smarter, and so that's gonna be young plus discipline, so that's gonna be 3, and then discipline is, what about discipline 4? All right, so
What level jutsu is this?
that is a median jutsu. And so let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. So I fire it off.
Yep.
What's the difficulty? It's 3, right? So I don't have enough to get a boost. All right, so that's fine. That's fine. So that means I can do physical stuff 5 times the scene. All right, with knowledge 5 times the scene. So let's see here. And now, second action, I would like to bull rush the guy. Right?
All right, let's go for it.
I'm going to throw my tiny, minuscule body at him in order to mess up his shots. And so, maybe, if you don't mind, speed plus might.
Yeah,
Get
that'll
down,
work.
Mr. President.
Alright? In which case, I would then like to have might be replaced with knowledge. Oh my god, get down, Mr. President. I played that game a lot when I was still LARPing. Silly game. And so that is going to be only 1 success from 8 dice.
We do not have any rerolls on the
No
table right now.
rerolls whatsoever. All right, so
Now that would have been one dynamic, so the move, obviously. So this would have been one action. You have one action, your standard action, and then you have your dynamic actions now.
Well, wasn't activating the jutsu my first action?
Yes.
Yeah, and so
A
then-
reroll just came through for Guy.
oh, well, all right then. I'm gonna go ahead and spend that.
Thank you, chat.
I would appreciate it. So that is going to be 1, 2. That is going to be 6 successes to try and knock this guy down.
All right, you overcome his defense, and I will say this: if you spend a karma, I will let that turn into damage, or that the extra successes over his roll will turn into damage for a karma, or I will say that you knock off his shot entirely and he is unable to attack this round.
I would prefer that one.
All right.
All right. I still have some dynamic actions left, and I would like to remove one of the traps I have on my person and affix to him and fire it off immediately.
Okay, what is the trap?
It's going to be my immobilized. Well, actually, no. He has a gun. You said, right?
Yes.
In that case, one of my capture traps. And so let me look real quick. The difference between the two. The capture traps is going to be like a snare that kind of envelops him, right?
All right, yeah.
And so let's see here.
Now he is still going to try and dodge that.
Sure. And so let's see.
And I'm looking at 3 successes.
Got it. And so let me see. Marksman and crafts to make this attempt. And would marksman count as a physical ability I can replace with knowledge? Would you say?
Because of the power of the jutsu that you used, yes.
All right then.
Normally
In
I
which
would have said
case-
no, but I know that jutsu.
Yep. And so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
All right. Definitely overpower him, and he is immobilized.
All right. And now I'm gonna stealth away and try and find a corner to kind of hunker down in temporarily.
All right. To play this out to everyone else, so as the scene is going on, there's a moment where the fog parts enough, like maybe somebody moved through the area or something, and Guy sees the captain, moves up, tries to bull rush him, and succeeds. The gun goes off and clatters to the floor. He then tosses this snaring trap on him, which, as it goes off, envelops him in these thick bands. Will you say of rope, rattan, or leather or anything?
Yeah, just something of that sort. We'll just say for simplicity, rope.
All right, so these rope bands just kind of shoot around him, and all of you are hearing this in the distance. And then he stealths away. Now, that said, because the nature, the dynamic environment, I'm going to say you think that you stealth away, but there is always going to be that roll at the start of every round to see if somebody is stumbled onto someone.
Sure.
All right. Is that going to be the end of your dynamic actions?
The stealthing away, is that going to be an action to spend?
Yes.
All right, in that case, gonna subtract that from my amount. I have 2 remaining, and I am done.
All right, moving on to Chet.
Okay, first thing I want to do is my steel shirt ability, or iron shirt ability, which negates arrows and reduces the power of bullets. Arrows, kunai, and shuriken are all negated. Bullets are treated as if I have armor 2. I'm going to roll balance plus might. Get at 6. That's 6 successes, so I don't remember if we've said that that's going to make it last for 6 rounds or 6
It's 6
times
rounds on
that somebody hits me. Okay. So 6 rounds it's going to go for. With my first dynamic action, I want to use intuition and perception to try to find it's the Jade Smith, who's the one who's created the fog, correct?
It is.
Okay. He's the one I'm going to try to find.
All right.
I get a +1 to perception rolls on hearing checks, and I get a +1 to intuition to assess a situation, and I get another +1 to intuition if I am trying to predict my enemy's next movement.
All right, well, let's go for it. Now,
All right.
they are, because of the nature of the fog and sound bouncing around, I am going to give them a dynamic, an extra dice. Don't forget, and everybody, don't forget your, if you have the element of wood. Does anybody here actually have element of wood for their character?
Me.
I'm fire.
Okay.
I'm water.
Oh,
Oh, we're everything. We have.
I know.
We have everything.
We
can
balance
make
out
one
so well.
Captain Planet. Oh, we don't have heart. John's
Yeah, we
heart.
Yeah, John is hard.
But John is the bad guys.
That's true. Well, Takumi is our heart. He's just away.
That's 1,
All
2.
right, I spent my GM karma to go ahead and roll an extra dice. I'm looking at 4 successes.
Yeah. I think I'm going to use my reroll that I was gifted because I only got 3. I was planning on using it anyway, so I wasn't metagaming anybody in chat who's accusing me.
No. And we each have. So you're using 1, but we each had 2. We've been gifted 2 each of us.
Thanks
2
so much,
rerolls.
chat.
Ooh.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5.
Did Guy use a karma last round?
Not a karma, no.
Okay.
I just use a reroll.
Okay. So he got 5, John.
All right.
Yeah, I got 5 to find the Jade Man.
You hear them moving with purpose through the fog.
Okay. I would like to bull rush him with speed fighting. It seemed that the fog came when he unsheathed his blade, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to attempt. Okay, so maybe speed and might to attempt to grapple him.
Let's go for it then.
Okay. Two, three, 4, 5. I got 5.
Alright, just 1 second, verifying that. Okay. Alright. As you are moving across the floor, you are actually going to trip on a wire. He is also kind of a little bit like Guy. He sets up traps too. So,
Okay.
Oh, which one is this?
this is the Jadesmith.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially, in the fog, I wasn't going to give you any heads up of what is happening or what is taking place, but you are now aware that there was a tripwire, and he is rolling his knowledge and tactics against you.
Okay. For my last... No, I have 3 dynamic actions, so I've got 2 more I can do. Okay. During the trip, I'm going to attempt a cool roll and do a handspring to try to like jump at him legs first and try to kick him in the head.
Hell yeah.
With fighting and discipline.
All right, and
Unless tripping over the tripwire activated something. Okay. All right.
he is going to take the strike. So go ahead and roll it.
1, 2, 3. That's only 3. I don't feel good about that with 10 dice. That's only 2 dice that gave me good numbers. I'm gonna take my second reroll.
Righto.
Okay. Let me look. All these 6s and 9s. It's hard to tell. Okay. That's 3 again. So 3 successes.
Well, you
Dang.
do
You
3
did
points
do
damage
that,
to him.
so-
Okay.
That's good. That's
Something.
good.
Let's do it.
Now, as you strike him, he is going to spend a 2 dynamic actions to go ahead and interrupt.
Okay.
His hands wrap around a rope nearby, and as you strike him, he uses the momentum of your strike to yank on it. All of a sudden, all the windows on the side of the building open up, and a great breeze blows through the entire floor, as it seems to come from something. Something is generating all that wind. All of you are going to need to spend a dynamic action to remain on your feet and roll with a difficulty of 4 for some method that you can think of keeping on your feet.
Alright, I'm gonna do might and fortitude to just fight through it.
Alright, you got another reroll from chat just now.
I got 5 successes on that one.
Nice. All right, you are on your feet still as you. It's almost like the wind. He was hoping that this wind would hit you and knock you out the window because he's standing very close to it. And then everybody else though. Ronto, what do you roll?
I am going to use. I should have just rolled. I'm also going to use Might and Fortitude, and also a +1 for Camu to basically be latched onto him, and we are anchoring each other.
That said, before anybody rolls, remember you can choose to fail the roll to gain an extra karma, or not karma. Is that how? Yeah, extra karma for the group.
Yes.
Or if you have a ability on your character that basically lets you kick up as a free action. Just saying.
I'm gonna go for it. Let's see. 9 successes.
Holy crap!
I am a sturdy
You are-
little
you
thing.
are- You are a mighty kid. A mighty
I am
lass.
nothing if not short and stout.
Okay, so what do you want to do with your boost?
Let's see.
Only
With
one
my
boost?
boost, I would like to. Can I hold that boost for a little bit until I see if anybody else has failed their roll? Meaning not willingly failed their roll, but
Yeah, you can. But just remember, boosts are additional targets if you were attacking. Info would be a good one for this.
okay.
Karma pool if you want to give people karma. Streak bonus. Style if you just want to show off. And so that's kind of where you're at right now. But if you want to hold on to that boost for your actual actions, that's fine.
I think I would like to hold on to that. I think I want information. Never mind. I would like to get informed, please.
All right. There is there are several ropes. You see, all the fog is cleared briefly, and there are several ropes around the room. And he has yanked on that rope, and it's anime. Come on. There's giant fans outside that swoop down and cause that gust of wind. So you witness all of that as well as maintaining your stance in this. But for this level of roll, I mean, this is a godlike roll. What does it look like when your characters keep standing?
Well, Ronto is already pretty sturdy, we know that, but Camu's a big giant dog. So that wind kicks up. I think her hat almost blows off, but she's catches it, and she kind of hops up, rides the wind back for a second, and then just waits till she passes over Camu, grabs him, and just straps herself down, or grabs herself and reins herself down. And Camu just kind of crouches his little butt in the air, ready to make a charge. And I guess as that fog lifts for the moment, it's just wind going back. I'm staring at the GIF that Pappin put in the GIF train. It probably does look a little bit like that, but it's very much you can't budge this little thing and her dog. And with the fog lifted, do I now have a lockdown on the location of all those ropes?
You do, but as soon as the shutters close again, which they do, the fog just swirls back up and fills the room.
Got it.
It's anime. But I will say out there in chat, guys, have a great time. Go to the Discord, hop in on the Gift Train Choo Choo channel. I'm not going to be there tonight because this is our finale. I just want to give it my all.
We're in Shadow Lurkers, aren't we? With the gift train. Shadow Lurkers. John, get with it. There is a special Growing Shadows channel for Giffies.
True.
And we have been given, y'all, I'm sure you saw if you're in chat, but we have been gifted the reroll successful attack, so should John get a hit on us, we can sneak that in there.
No.
That said, Pappin, what are you going to be doing?
So,
I mean, how many dynamic actions do you have left at this point?
Do the rest of us not have to worry about blowing away?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Ronto was too awesome.
To answer your question, staying standing was my last dynamic action for the turn.
All right, but I'm truly sorry about that. Let's go ahead and have Kyo and Guy make their rolls. Kyo, what did you roll? Or are you going to take...
What do I need to roll to make it look like I fell down, but roll in the direction of the person I saw?
I would say deception. And if you are going to turn this into an attack, Probably, your fighting or your might on top of that.
Okay, then I am going to roll deception and fighting, which is a 7. And that, my friends, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
All right, you beat him by 2, so that is 2 points of damage that is going to be transferred to this individual. What does this look like? Are you using any special attacks or anything, or?
I am not. I am just going to roll over there and, actually, I think I want to, like, roll into him and, perhaps attempt a knockdown.
Okay, I said that you saw the Jadesmith, or you saw the
You
captain?
didn't say which one I saw.
Picnic. Yeah, that's my bad.
At least I don't think he did. Chat, if he said and you remember and I don't, that's also very possible. I'm gonna say the captain, and yeah, I want to knock him down
All right.
if possible.
Sorry, the captain is right now. He is wrapped up in the cable trap, so you can roll over.
Yeah.
Finish him.
Yeah, I just want to like pop him in the nose.
All right, so he has taken 2 points of damage now from that first attack. And how many more dynamic actions do you have?
Well, it's not my turn yet,
Oh.
but it's still Chet's turn.
Oh, I ended mine
This
because
is
I
exciting.
lost all my actions.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
But technically, that
Sorry, at this point it would be either you or Ronto, whoever has the higher initiative.
Ronto would go first. It's me and
Um,
Kamu are on the same initiative.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I will go ahead and use my first action to activate my my Bloodhound Jutsu, which will enhance my perception with the sense of smell by 1 for up to Yang times 100 feet. So, okie dokie.
And what level of jutsu is that?
Sorry, it's a level 1. I should have said that.
No problem.
Or let me double check that. Way of Beast, it's a basic jutsu, is what I meant to say.
All right,
So
well, let's
let's
get that
see.
rolling then.
Yes, sir. Okay. Perception and Yang, that's gonna be 4 and 4. I'm not gonna put that right at the mic. Okay. I don't fail. Okay, that is 4 successes to kick off that jutsu.
All right. So no, you don't get a boost on that, but you also do not have the the fallback of it.
Gotcha. Okay, so that will give me a +1 for perception rolls throughout this scene. I am going to use my next action. I caught sight of the captain, I believe is what you said, the one with the sword. Me and Camu.
Actually, no. That
Sorry, go
so
ahead.
the captain is the one that is now trapped in the trap. Is wrapped up in the traps, and then the Jadesmith is the one that Chet was fighting. You saw the
Got it.
Jadesmith who is holding on to the rope.
Got it. Thank you. I am going to go ahead and run for the Jadesmith on Camu. What we're going to do is also bull rush and go for the sword, basically to steal the sword from him. And I would like to use speed and might as I race by and struggle that from him. And
All
with
right.
my doggy in tow, I will get the +1. Let me remember to use my dog. Okay, 5 and 4, and then 5. Okay, that's what. Okay. And that is going to be.
I'm rolling like wheat, and I had 2 successes.
3 successes.
All All right, so you got one success in. You are going to, you're trying to wrestle the weapon away from him?
Correct.
All right, you have the sword in hand. There is still fog everywhere.
Let's see. Sword is unsheathed still, correct?
It is.
Okay. And I guess he's wearing the sheath. I have quite a few actions. Let me make sure I'm keeping track of that. Did the jutsu and then add the sword. Okay, I have a few more actions left. In this next action, Camu is going to try to rip the sheath from his person. So let's see. How am I going to do that? I guess would that just be another fighting, or would that just be another speed and might? Or now that we're up close, perhaps fighting and might?
Fighting and might would make sense, but speed and might as well. Remember, I'm always one that depends on how you describe it. So if he's doing it quickly and with a lot of strength, like it's not, it's not so much a fighting technique, it's just being fast and grabbing it off there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I will say, I mean, it'll be the same either way. I think speed visually will make more sense. So I'll go ahead and do it again. And let's see. And that is going to be... Well, I don't think I did as good that time. That is going to be one success. I think I'm gonna eat my reroll for that.
Good
You
idea.
still have one.
Okay, let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes that time.
Woo!
Nice. He is going to start having to use his athletics to keep up to some extent.
Got it.
And he does not get enough successes to dodge that. He only got 3. But
Cool.
that also means you get a boost.
I get a boost. Okay. Then I think I've got like 3 more actions left. I'd like to do some damage. I'll go ahead and whip.
If you want to say that Kamu, as he, because it's a bonus damage, it's only 1 point of extra damage. You could say that Kamu, bites off more than just the sheath.
Yay, bites.
Yeah, let's go for
Wiener.
it. Yeah. It takes a big old nip out of the side. So wiener.
You didn't get enough damage for that.
Well, now I've got ideas. Thank you, round 2. Okay, yeah, he'll do a point of damage to kind of bite into him, and then let's see. In order to get rid of the fog, Ronto will not take the sheath from Camu, but she will put the sword back in the sheath and let Camu just kind of keep it in his mouth. Sword fighting dog. And then I'm beat the shit out of him. Sorry, I'm gonna make this end really quickly. I'm just gonna go ahead and Camu has a sword sheathed up. I'm gonna straight up just lean over from my dog, deck him in the freaking face, and I'll use just some good old-fashioned fighting and might just to really let him have it. And that'll be 4 and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't get to stay. Okay. And that is going to be 1, 2, 3 successes. 3 successes. So
All
that.
right, you're 1 over, so it's 1 point of damage to them.
Oof. Okay. I'll take it. And then I will hold on to my final 2 actions. Just
All right.
in case.
So, Kyo.
Yes. So I have knocked into Aizawa. Is he still... I mean, I know he's tangled in a trap. Is he still up?
He is up for the moment, so this will be a matter of he's bound.
Okay. Yeah, so I think now we still have fog and stuff, right?
It'll start dissipating after this round. You'll have visibility after this round.
Okay. Okay, cool. Then yeah, I am going to. We are getting just karma rained upon us from David in chat. Let's see here, and we all have rerolls again. So if you used all your rerolls last or earlier in the combat, you have another one again. Okay. Well, I want to. Can I knock this guy out? Can I just
Into
pop him in the noggin? Can I steal Ronto's catchphrase and give him a honkin' bonkin' right on the noggin?
Honkin' bonkin'.
And
You may.
with his gun,
yeah.
can I?
So free action.
The free action is going to be picking up the gun. Every character gets a free action. It's a short movement, doing something small. So that grabbing that gun up, and then remember that you are down one dynamic action for what rolling over and into.
I
attack.
still have 4.
And you have your standard action as well.
Right. So, I would like to grab his gun. And is it a rifle or is it a pistol?
It's a
It's
rifle.
a rifle.
We'll treat it as a club.
Okay, yeah, then I'm going to take it in both hands, and I'm going to then smack him in the. I'm gonna essentially pistol whip him, but with the butt of a rifle.
All right. If anybody wants to look up the rules on clubs, if you get any boosts, we'll treat it as boosts available for a club for if you activate the weapon's quality.
There's not just a club listed, John.
How
How
about,
about
a
a staff?
Like, okay, well, I guess is what I meant is that they have, all the names, the proper names. They don't just have. So, yeah, we have a bow staff. Is that fine?
That'll work.
It's got reach or blunt. So blunt may cause pain 1 condition on a boost, and of course reach may attack targets in near range. So what would you like me to roll for this? Is this fighting and might, I guess?
Yeah. So fighting might.
Can I spend one of our mini karma? I did it. That is 3 successes. So.
All right. So I rolled an 8, a 6, an 8, a 4, and he's down 2 on his defense because he's bound. For the moment, it's just he's trying to roll out of the way or dodge out of the way alone on his action. So how many total was that for you?
3.
All right. So you do 1 point of damage on this one.
Okay. Seeing that he's not that damaged yet, I'm going to hit him again.
All right.
Not as good that time, only 1.
All right, he dodges that attack. He just kind of leans back out of the way and scurries, his legs underneath him as he this wide-eyed terror on his face as you're swinging his rifle at him.
Okay, then I am going to then, because he's still tangled up, right? Does it look like he's going to get out of that?
Not currently.
I'm going to be just go to sleep. Instead, I'm going to spend a dynamic action, and I want to pop up next to the Jadesmith, which, according to the dynamics and the dynamic environments, it says I can do that.
All
right.
All right.
Is that all right?
Yep.
And so yeah, it says that I can pop up next to an opponent as if I had rolled a 7 or a 9 result. And I don't care if he sees me. And I would like to use my Stone Lung on him. So that is a jutsu, that is a basic jutsu, I believe. It is, indeed.
All right.
All of mine were successes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for that. And on Stone Lung, Earth fills the target, suffocating them. They have a -1 penalty on all actions. If I got a boost, which I believe I did, they gain the Deprived 1 condition.
Awesome.
And that is all my actions.
All right, top of the round then. Essentially, they are going to be righting themselves, and the captain had. I think he's got 2 dynamic actions left. He's trying to break out of the bonds, and based on the difficulty thereof, he is not out of them yet. So, let's go ahead and go back to the top of the round. The Jadesmith has attempted to disengage himself. He is off the rope and starting to make his way, calling for help, trying to make his way now that the fog is dissipating, the staircase leading up. As far as the captain that was with the engineers goes, he is trying to still, untangle himself. So roll your dynamic actions and let's start this round up again on round 2.
Now that the fog's disappearing, do me and Twan roll off?
You can roll off, or you can decide between each other who you want to go first.
Are you both at 11?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Jay, you can go first.
Okay. So the grappling gun that we have.
Yes.
Can I use an action to reload it?
Yeah. Trying to think in the game.
I'm so excited for whatever you're about to do.
Oh no.
Let me just double check that really quick because I think you can.
I'm apologizing to the DM now for what I've wrought upon this game.
I'm pretty sure you can. It would just be like a normal musket.
Yeah. This game, I just want to double check. Let me look and double check, but go ahead and describe what it is you want to do.
Okay, I want to take the gun. I want to take the grappling hook. Depending on how PG-13 we're trying to get, either shoot it to where the rope wraps around his leg and trips him up, or, like in this one cool Batman movie that I watched, where Damian shot the grappling gun through Deathstroke's leg, I want to shoot the grappling hook through his leg.
Nice.
All right.
I think that's PG-13 prime.
Damian's 12, so it's appropriate for kids.
Yeah, if he can do, kids love that stuff. If other kids do it.
You know, impressionable youths. They
Grappling
do
guns
everything
aren't
on TV.
grappling guns aren't common, so it's not necessarily considered repeatable behavior.
Loopholes.
Woo!
I just don't want to... Oh, here we go. Okay, looking at the weapon qualities and everything else for a weapon that has reload, I think you should be able to do it because you did not suffer a negative, you didn't suffer any critical failures or anything, so I'm verifying, but yeah, it looks like you're good.
Cool.
Do it.
I would like to use Discipline and Marksman for this roll.
All right.
And because that only gives me 5 dice because I have 0 pips in Marksman. How much karma do we have? Like 1,000,000?
We're at 10.
Can I use like
a
3 karma, guys?
Yep. I don't care. Yeah,
I say
that's fine.
yes. Do it.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, sure.
Alright.
I crave
alright.
violence.
So I got 4 successes.
3, 4. I also got 4 successes. Should I re-roll that? When we ties go to the player.
Ties do go to
Ties
the
do
player.
go to the player.
Because
So
but
I imagine with okay.
it would not technically do any damage. You just have managed to grapple him.
And it will be the one where the rope just wraps around his leg and trips him. That's okay. All I needed to do was get him to stop going up the stairs.
Oh, you pull him and then he's gonna like fall and hit his chin on the stairs. It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna be right out of a Three Stooges joint.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good idea. If I use might and fortitude to just, like, yank him from the stairs,
Make him go. Whoop, whoop,
not
whoop, whoop.
knocking his, like, chin down, maybe he'll bite his tongue, and he'll stop shouting for help.
So we'll say that you aim the grappling gun, the hook or whatever it is shoots out of it, hits the ground past his leg, and you yank on the rifle. It dislodges, wraps around his leg, and he begins to get dragged backward. I'm going to say that if you would like, spend 3 karma, and it happens exactly at the same time as the lightning flashes outside.
Oh, bitchin'.
I like that.
Let's
I
do
do
it.
too.
Three for a environmental badassery. Fine.
Yeah.
Someone's got to eat that karma.
Well, that, and it will maybe play down how many people there are up here or what weaponry you have available.
Who was running up the stairs? Was that the Jadesmith or was that somebody else?
That was the Jadesmith. He was attempting to run for the stairs that go down.
And Jadesmiths are not ninjas, right?
No, they are like the bane of the hidden strands or anything else. They are the ones that make the plans and come up with all the crazy ideas.
Right. Okay, cool.
Yeah. You're the other shadow government. The hidden strands are the Illuminati. These guys are the Masons.
Oh, God.
Okay. Yeah, so I do want to do like a might fortitude to like yank him back up the stairs.
Do it.
Let's see, that's gonna be this many dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 successes to get a good old yank in.
They don't get a lot of those.
Yank his chain. I'm so excited.
How much karma
Oh
do you
wow,
have
looks
left?
like we got 4 more karma.
We just got 4 more in chat.
It's
Oh.
unending.
So that puts us at 8.
I will let
It's
you.
the finale.
I will let you trade 4 of those karma. Those successes also do damage as he falls and hits his head, being dragged across the floor.
How many?
Guys, yeah, that's
Yeah.
7 damage.
Yeah, do it. Do
So
it.
much. Let's do it.
It's so.
Spend that
That's a
karma.
lot of damage.
It's your birthday. Spend your karma.
As you, its luck is on your side, and as he reaches the staircase, he started to trip. You pull. He hits face first on the edge of the top stair, and as you begin to pull him back, there is a trail of blood, and he is out of the combat.
All right. So that was my standard action and one of my dynamic actions. I have 4 more dynamic actions.
Oh God, he's not even done.
Right? I rolled.
I'm gonna stand up and turn to the engineer. The engineer is the captain, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to turn to him, and I'm going to attempt I'm going to get into a fighting stance while staring him in the eyes to attempt a fighting intimidation to essentially just get him to pee his pants and give up.
Intimidate that grown ass man.
We love bullying
I'm
grown
gonna
men.
I'm going to set, to move things along a little bit, I will set the difficulty at a 2.
Okay.
And if you can get a boost, we'll use it for a heightened effect, and he'll be out of the combat. Otherwise, it's just going to turn into psychological damage.
Okay, well, I get 10 dice just from my stats. And then I get a +1 to intimidation for stare downs. So that's 11 dice. Let's go. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then one more dice because I only actually own 10. 6. 6 successes.
All right, that puts you in the range for that boost. So the captain stops moving. And where you saw hatred and just anger before, you actually see on the edge of his eyes fear.
Yeah, when I get
And a
into my
puddle.
fighting stance, like I lower my head a little bit so that my eye comes up above the sunglasses, and the way that the moonlight hits it, it like glows that little bit. And he's just like, oh shit, this guy's like a demon or something.
Now you do hear the sounds of the rain and the thunder outside crashing, and a full gale storm is going on. You actually hear screams in the distance. This is a storm unlike anything this city has seen and that they are prepared for. And so even the people beyond, who did not expect this sudden onset, are terrified. But you also now hear the sounds of troops moving through the castle, coming for the staircase. Perhaps not this staircase, you are 3 floors up, but they are on the move.
I just imagine like the SWAT group in Animal House that they're just going.
I
SWAT,
thought you were going to say
SWAT,
Animal
hut,
Crossing.
hut. They're just making random marching and military noises as they attack the building. Animal Crossing, yeah, SWAT and Animal Crossing, that's what I'm...
So you guys have been up against a battalion before. We'll be using the same rules. Your enemy from below is a battalion.
Fine.
Okay,
It will
is
take
my
them
iron
2 rounds to arrive wherever you are.
is my iron shirt still in play?
It is.
You just had 6 rounds on it.
Yeah.
So both of our combatants are out, right? Right now? Besides the ones below.
Yes. And the Emperor is somewhere above.
Yeah, I was gonna... We need to go up. We need to go find... Let's make them chase after us more. Let's...
Yeah, here's
Yeah.
an idea. Why don't we jam the sword into the ceiling and just let it get all foggy?
Here's another idea.
Yeah.
Guy. Hey, Guy. You know
Yes.
traps.
Yes?
Does this guy have anything akin to a play that I saw once called Indiana Jones?
Snakes,
On
tons of snakes.
live on Broadway.
It was an off-Broadway production.
It was the Danketsu troupe.
That's precious.
All right.
I don't want to roll this guy's body down the stairs. If we have other options to roll something big down the stairs.
Let me go ahead and, if you don't mind, making a perception crafts roll for seeing if there's any in place traps I can appropriate for our uses. Is that something?
Namely, a large boulder that is perfectly round and can go down the stairs.
Okay. First, make a perception check.
Alright. That one fell out of the shaker thingy.
What if we just tie together both bodies
So that's
That's
a
a
Into a ball?
into a ball?
That's horrifying. I love it.
PG-13.
I rolled
having-
3
they're having
successes
fun.
to locate a trap.
for perception or intuition, or what did you roll?
Perception crafts.
Okay. So I'm gonna say.
Oh,
spend.
I'm missing one. I'm missing one die. Hold on. There might be more. All right, one more success. 4 successes.
Okay, I was gonna say spend 4 karma. I had come up with an arbitrary number based on the number of successes for a boulder to exist. We'll lower that to 3 karma now. And yes, there is a makeshift, weighted trap I don't know if we're going to call it a boulder per se, but yes, you can set that off for 4 karma. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
You,
Why not?
you changed it to 3, and we have it. It's fine. We had 6.
It's like a really big glass marble.
Ooh, it's so
The
pretty.
The Emperor is Kevin McAllister.
It's like got that nice, the little color in the middle of it, like like our marbles did when we were kids.
And it does that little swirl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyo is like kind of jealous that we're just gonna use this to knock people down.
I'm back
It's
for
like
it.
it's like really sturdy glass, so it probably won't break. So we can collect it after.
I mean, what if it had just been like an entire sack, just a massive person-sized sack full of little marbles that we just launched down the stairs like little ball bearings to go under their feet?
Well, then that
Oh,
would
that's
make
a
us
good idea.
Kevin McAllister.
Mm-hmm.
All hail the immortal Kevin McAllister.
So
His parents went on vacation and still haven't come back.
I just want to say that guys like Chet, that is the most ridiculous ask I have ever. Oh wait, what? What's this? And then he finds the thing, just kind of pokes it, and it sets off. And Guy is incredulous. A blank look on his face of, did this really just happen? Was
It's
Chet right?
beautiful.
It's almost as though something as supernatural is influencing the events of this.
All I'm saying is that if Chet were in this scenario and he had to put traps together, and he didn't want people coming up the stairs, that's what he would.
That's what
implement.
he'd do. Yeah.
That or a lever that you pull and then all the stairs turn into a slide.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be so fun. So is that what we're doing? We gotta go.
Okay. We yell about the kinds of traps that we would have set in that room while we're running up the stairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I would have done it this way.
Do I get to keep my dynamic actions or are they gone?
I'm going to
gonna
say
say
that they're
that-
gone.
Oh!
You are going to have to spend 1 round going to the next floor. The trap is going to add 2 more rounds to the guards behind you, so they're looking at 4 rounds to catch up to wherever you go.
For the
Alright.
first time in this entire campaign, I rolled really well on my dynamic actions and I had 7.
Whoa.
And the GM just pissed on him.
I said, no. Time out.
Well, guess who's going to get to run errands for me after Street?
Now, I do have a question. I still have 3 uses of my Work Smarter jutsu. Are we still counting this as a continuation of the same scene? That meaning that I can still use them? Alright.
Cool.
Yep. So about that way as well, Chet's power that lasts a certain number of rounds. It's so you have this round and another round getting up the staircase, and so to also explain where that power is. So we are keeping it relatively in the same combat.
As we move on, I would just like to make a note. Camus is still holding the sword. It's still sheathed, but he's still holding the sword. Just in case we need to fight with a dog and a sword with a sword in its mouth.
You look really bitchin', Camu. I like the look.
Camus just kind of like looks at you. His tail gets all excited. He's like, I do look bitchin', don't I?
Camu and I go way back.
You arrive at the staircase and ascend. I'm guessing that you run up as a group. And there before you, this entire floor is cleared out. This is an audience chamber. Columns along the way. Nobody else up here. And at the end of the room is a dais, and stepping down from the dais is the Emperor, Izumomoto. He is dressed in very regal robes, carrying a sword. He is donned armor now, and he is proceeding to fight you.
Bronto, what's your might?
My might is going to be 5.
Okay. Can me and Ronto do a combined might and athletics to grab and throw Guy at the Emperor?
My God.
I'm gonna want some consent from the player. I don't want to take away their
I think it was a joke, but
So
In
I
this
will say,
group?
It's one of those haha just kidding. Less.
Unless...
I will say, consent is given from the player, not the character.
It's just
morally conflicted now.
if we could do it, Chet will look over to you and say Alpha Protocol.
Just like we rehearsed.
And guys in the middle like, wait, what? What rehearsal?
is the Emperor armed?
He is with a singular sword, large blade. For those of you following along or are fans of the Ninja Crusade, I will say that they will be up against a singular threat found in the core rulebook. It's on page 165. They are up against the Silver Blade Kensai Master.
Ooh. We may not want to throw him at a sword.
That was my concern. If Kyo overhears you say that and it was legitimate and she sees you and I see you go after Guy, I'm gonna be like, no, wait.
Let's just try making him cry first.
God told me to do it, and then I just
Ronto was like, I just go with it.
You are no better. You are both. No.
We all know that I'm a follower.
look. You kept having us huck all the spices into the back of the wagon. You trained us for this.
We've been
Those
dreaming about fucking
spices
Guy for
made
years.
us. Okay, you guys have some weird goals in life, but we're just.
He's so throwable.
He is very small. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna square off against the Emperor. Be like, we know your secret, and we've come to take care of business. What were the guys' names that sent us?
Endless and boundless.
Endless and Boundless have words for you, and we're here to say them.
Yeah, eat Guy.
Oh no!
So are you actually throwing him?
No! I'm going to stop them from throwing Guy. We're going to have
My
put
mind's
him
telling me
down.
yes.
Put him down.
We're just like,
We're gonna fight this out like proper adults.
We are almost of the age of majority across the board now. We can fight smarter than this.
I don't have any knowledge. I'd like to remind you, I can't fight smarter than this.
No.
Okay.
I will not throw Guy unless we agree on it. So.
All
Let's
right.
have some fun. You ready?
Already, we were having fun. You stopped it.
I'm gonna roll some dynamic actions if we're
Me
not
too,
throwing
yeah.
Guy.
It sounds like it's about time for that.
If I never roll 7 dynamic actions again, I quit forever.
You only got a couple more times to do it.
Yeah. And if you're only quitting this game
One.
forever,
What?
That
One
means you have-
dynamic.
that means you have 3.
Do you have any rerolls? I'll let you reroll your.
No, I'm not gonna waste a reroll on dynamic actions. I'm a talker, not a fighter.
Wait, did you roll 7 dynamic actions?
Last time, yes.
So you had 9 dynamic actions?
I did, because I rolled like 3
feel bad
tens. And he was just like, no, you don't get him anymore. I
Hey,
understand it's a mechanic reason, but for goddamn it, I was so excited that I finally got to do something.
For
Don't be
goddamn
mad.
it.
Don't be mad, but my first round I had 7 dynamic actions.
You know what? Eat me.
Spend 2 karma, and I will let you keep your dynamic actions.
No. I'm fine. I'm fine with
I'm
my
okay
3
with it.
dynamic actions. Like I said, I'm a talker and I said words. Oh, and Guy just got a reroll.
I saw it. Appreciated.
All right. So let's go ahead and the Emperor is going to kick off with Silver Ayajutsu, and he is going to automatically go first.
Nyeh.
Dude, he's
Hardhead.
hacking.
So he runs across the room and is going to strike at each one of you.
Ooh.
What?
So for Chet, you're going to want to roll a defense.
Okay, I'm gonna. It's I get to choose what I roll to roll defense. It's just I can roll as many defense as I have athletics, correct?
Yes. Well, you.
Okay.
Yeah. Until it starts taking a toll on you.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna do fighting discipline to try to get around it. Show them that I'm a cool dodge boy. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
A floating
5.
reroll has been giving.
I got 5 successes on my dodge.
All right.
What?
He got 8 successes, so he is going to do 3 points of damage to you, and he's going to turn that into a boost to do 1 extra point of damage, so you take 4.
What?
Okay. Hold on.
This
before-
is child abuse.
Hold on, before you start saying a whole bunch of words, this is the final boss fight. I'm breaking out the book.
Let's not get hasty.
Yeah, I mean, John did spend 5 minutes in the book earlier. We have book time.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Where is it? Dynamic environments. That's okay. Actions 142. Flipping there.
You going to try and interrupt?
I'm gonna try something. You know, I gotta do something.
What if I spend my dynamic action and I do Angry Mother Protects the Young? And I jump in front of Chet.
I think that's like 2 dynamic actions for an interrupt.
I believe so.
Let's
Let's
see.
Well, I have 3.
Mhm, it is too.
I've got 1. Okay, so deflect attack. It takes 2. It's for making a jutsu though, and I can't do that. So
No, I'll do it. I'm gonna jump in front. I never get to jump in front of you, but if I see this is coming and I'm like, oh shit, Chet! And I run in front and I post up as the Angry Mother Protecting the Young, and I get a +1 armor. Actually, and then I also have thick skin at level 2, so I have +3 armor against physical attacks.
I'm not going to stop you, but I can spend 2 of my dynamic actions to use enhanced defense twice, unless I can only use it once. Hold on. It doesn't say I can
Let
only use it once.
let me do this
I'll let
for
you.
you
I'll let you.
one
I'll
time.
let you. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to stop.
Just let
You-
me.
You're spending. You're interrupting.
Yeah, I'll spend
Alright.
2 of my dynamic actions to interrupt and jump in front of Chet,
Okay.
and I will take his attack. But I get 3 armor.
So that
So that
lowers
lowers
it
it
from an 8
8
to a
to
5.
5.
Yeah. So
And now you need to roll.
I roll my defense.
Mm-hmm.
And my defense sucks. But how about perception? Because I'm going to perceive where the sword
See
is
you coming.
slashy. And then can I persuade you to let me use deception and where I kind of faint and kind of move with Chet behind me?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a cool description, so go ahead and add 1 more dice.
Nice.
You just butter me up after making me piss away my dynamic action.
You burned it.
I haven't done that in a while. You're supposed to, if you give me a good description, you're supposed to get an extra dice.
Yeah, I want to jump in front of it and then kind of like, with my kimono and my big voluminous sleeves, I would like to like wrap them back around and spin us kind of out of the way in like a flurry of fabric. I got 4.
All right, so that lowers it to taking 1 point of damage from him on that.
I'll take it.
So, but everybody else is going to be still getting a slash. So a moment.
Is he going to slash at me a second time?
No,
No,
he's going
he's
to actually
gonna-
hold that.
Oh no, he's holding it.
So, I'm going to say for Ronto, I have 3 successes on this roll. So you need to roll a defense against that.
Got it. I'm gonna go ahead and I would like to use fighting and might to basically, as his sword comes over, steer Camu, who's still holding the sword in his mouth, to go ching and like block his sword.
Nice,
Um,
definitely get a dice in there for that.
Hell
That's a cool
yeah! Ooh, I'm
description.
cursing tonight.
Hell
Okay.
yeah! I love
And-
it.
Oh crap! No, I dropped
Passing
it.
it on to, just so you can go ahead and get your roll in, Tuan, you are looking at 6 points of damage. Or he's rolled a 6 on successes against you.
Fun.
This
All
is
right.
gonna be big.
You can still use your brain.
Yep. Do I still have the wood element extra dynamic dice?
That was just for the fog.
Lame. All right, that's fine.
That was 5 successes for me.
All right, so you overcome the attack that was coming at you by 2. Doesn't get you a boost, but at least you survive that attack.
All right, and so with my mighty brain powers, I know that I need to be prepared for whatever is coming into here. So I would like to do a speed athletics and replace the athletics with knowledge.
Be prepared.
Let's do it.
All right, let's see here. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exactly 6 successes.
All right, you managed to get that attack in, or you managed to get that defense in. What you see is the Emperor just rushes across the room, and this Aijutsu draw from his sword slashes out at each one of you. But when Kyo moves in front of Chet, he holds off on one of those dynamic actions, so he will have one for defense. And each one of you have managed to defend to some extent. Only one of you took 1 point of damage. But, Guy, as he runs up to you, you witness something very odd. You watch as wounds open up on him. Like, there is a cut on his face that opens up. There is like a spectral shaft of an arrow that you see sticking out of his chest. It's like all of a sudden there are certain wounds that just seem to pop up. He looks shocked and falls back immediately, moving back across the room. He takes 5 points of damage being near you.
I want to inspect myself, make sure that nothing like that's happening to me.
No, but you do feel parts of the energy flowing out of you as you're around him.
Concerning.
So, Chet and Guy, you are the top initiatives for this.
You want to roll off?
Yeah, Chet, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's still deciding.
I'm gonna use my free action to look at Kyo and just say, I just want to take this time to say, I was right, and then I'm gonna run over to Guy and just say, and like get down on one knee, and be like, hop on, we're going for a ride.
Oh no.
Hold on tight, Spider Monkey.
I guess I'm gonna call out of this.
All right.
Can we spend some karma to make that the line that Chet said?
Wow.
We want to use speed and let's see, speed and might.
Speed might,
So-
let's do it.
Book it towards the Emperor with Guy
Might.
on my back. Oh, I should hold on. That is all bad. Let me move this book and get a flat surface. Oh no, my headphones are broken.
Oh no!
It's okay. It's just the case that they are in. It's been broken. It just
Not
broke
your
again.
Raycons.
Yeah. No, the earbuds are fine. It's just the
Okay.
pill. The pill cases, the top broke off. It's okay. I'm gonna use spin to reroll because I didn't get any successes on that.
Do you have a private one, or are you spinning
Do-
the table one?
Do we have a private one?
We
That's a
have.
good question.
I don't know if did you use all
Whoa.
3 of yours earlier?
No, I think I had one left.
Okay.
Oh man, Twitch is doing something crazy on my end.
Is it being twitchy?
It is continually pausing and playing. I don't know if that's happening across everybody's stream, but it's happening on mine.
I'm not noticing it.
Okay,
Well,
I'm
you
just-
just got another reroll too, so
I'm just gonna close out of the window.
It's probably looking at our speed base. We had a very short hiccup, but it's probably Twitch on their end because we're still getting good frame rate.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna spin my reroll. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes to run guy over to the Emperor.
All right. He is going to move out of the way just as quickly. He actually rolled on his defense. He rolled an 8, so he has a boost. He's going to turn that into a karma for a counterattack. So you're going to need to roll a defense. Do you have how many dynamic actions do you have left?
I have all of my dynamic actions, so I have 5.
All right, so here we go. Yikes.
that's not good, folks.
I know.
So with his strike, he rolls 9.
Okay.
What?
I'm going to. So the first time I defended because Kyo interrupted, that defense didn't get burned, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so I'm going to defend with a speed and discipline to keep a level head and dodge away while also keeping guys safe.
We do have the big boy missed attack thing too.
That's true. I don't want to spend it on me. But I did really well. That's
Sweet.
3 10s. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9.
Nice. Oh, wow.
Ow!
Nice. Nice 9.
The Jorb.
So tell me, I mean, this is kind of a cool moment where two of like ultimate level fighters are against each other. He strikes out as he jumps away, but you strike back.
Yeah.
Or at least you managed to do something. What does it look like? What are you doing specifically?
I'm going to say, keeping Guy off the ground, I do a baseball slide under his sword slash so I can keep approaching him while, so I'm not backing away when he attacks. I'm still moving forward, but getting under his attack.
All right. As you bring Guy closer to him, yet again, he takes another 5 points of damage for this round. You watch now as spectral forms. You see, it looks like people of the past rush forward and stab him in the gut or slash at him. And where these forms hit, you watch as wounds open up.
Damn, Ghost Army.
All right, I'm gonna put Guy down, and then I'm gonna add to those wounds with some new ones.
I'm
And
gonna
I'm
add to
going-
those ghost wounds with real ones.
And I'm gonna do a fighting fortitude to go into a power stance, and just hit him with both fists like a cool one of those guys that you see people do in fighting games sometimes.
All right. So he is down 1 dice on his dice pool in order to defend because he is going over his athletics actions. He has a 5 successes to defend.
All right, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right, you
Dude.
are 2 over, so 2 points of damage in there.
And I hit him. And I have 3 dynamic actions left, but I'm gonna hold. Wait, maybe he's out of dynamic actions. I don't know for sure.
He is, actually.
Okay. Then, you know what? I'm just going to attack him. I've got 3 more. I'm gonna attack him a couple more times, see what happens. Let's do a fighting and might. Because after that punch, I'm gonna like run up and like kick off his chest.
You're gonna kick it right off?
He is
Yeah.
down another dice because of his athletics pool to try and defend. He is now looking, however, at 6 successes.
Okay, so that's 2, 4, 5, 6. I also got 6.
Goes to you, but obviously it's a push because no damage was done.
All right, now I'm gonna sweep the leg with fighting discipline.
He's going to take this hit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6.
All right, so that is 6 points of damage. Overall, you've done 17 to him.
That's a lot of damage.
He is a Kensai Mastery. There's something more going on here. He will, using the karma that he just developed, activate, and he is going to strike you back.
Okay. I will defend. I'm going to defend with a fighting fortitude to attempt to just flex and take the hit.
He rolls 4 successes.
Okay. I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
All right, so 2 over. You don't take the damage, but you didn't get a boost to do anything else.
So-
This moves the combat then should be going to Guy, correct?
Yep.
Alright, so I would like to, now that I've dismounted off of Chet, like to take one. I have like 3 traps remaining, and so I'm gonna throw my last capture trap at him. If you'll allow me, deception and marksman. I think I have a scene to describe this out if it lands or not. So will you allow me deception and marksman?
Yeah.
All right then.
And I figured out what happened to my Twitch. My player's handbook was pressing my space bar down.
Oh.
Operator.
It'll
Operator
get you
book
every
error.
time.
It was, that's why I don't like reading. Books are against me.
I got 3 successes. I'm gonna use one of my rerolls for this. I don't like 3 successes. I'm trying to get a bit more. I guess that's more. I got 4 successes, so 1 more.
I mean, as far as numbers go, 4 is the higher.
Yeah. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep my last reroll and keep at 4 successes to try and get this to land on him.
It hits.
All right, and so what I imagine why I said deception is that I launch it at him, knowing that being an expert Kensai, that he's going to easily dodge this, right? In which case he does. However, what he didn't know was that immediately after throwing the grenade, I also waited like just the right timing to throw a kunai at it to have it engage the trap mid-flight. All right? In which case, poof, the trap springs mid-flight, catching him off guard and landing him when he thought he dodged it.
Cool. Let's go for it.
Nice.
And I've been around you long enough that I just got out of the way.
Nope.
I did a backflip. Hold on, let me roll. I did a backflip.
You did it back.
So, that is one action. How many you got
Alright.
left?
I got 4 dynamic actions left. I will use one of them to now say, all right, that ought to keep him busy long enough for me to kind of figure out what's going on. I would like to make an intuition knowledge check to kind of, well, not knowledge, intuition, perception, to kind of do some introspective inner like searching to kind of suss out what's happening, this dynamic between me and him. Right?
I
how
like that this is experiment time for Guy.
this is. So will you allow me to kind
yeah,
of better
I'm gonna say,
understand?
4.
All right then.
4 successes. This would be almost legendary knowledge to try and figure out.
All right.
In case,
You got this, guy.
In case we don't remember from last episode, you had learned the information that you needed to know, but you didn't realize that you learned it.
Yeah. And this
Yeah.
is more just kind of how to actually weaponize this ability to be more exploitable. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes on the dot.
Yes.
The energy that you are exhibiting, this power that is coming from you, that was given by Endless and Boundless, is undoing his immortality. And every strike that has ever hit him in his life, every assassination attempt, even those by the Danketsu and the ninja from long ago, is finally having effect. And you are watching every time that he's been struck take place.
It's actually coming back to him as of retroactively applying now.
Yes.
But is it like within a certain range? That means I have to actually be close
You
enough
have
for
to
him
be
to
in close
actually.
range, yes.
In that case,
And it's
all
only
right,
kicking
well,
off once around.
once around. Got it. All right. And so I would like to hold. I'm not sure what else to do with my last action, my last 3 dynamics. So I will hold off on them for now, and just yell out to the rest of the group what's happening, and to create opportunities for me to get close to him.
Awesome.
All right, so are you holding the rest of your dynamic actions, or what are you going to
I
do?
think so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold them.
All right, so that goes to Ronto now.
Okay. As the Emperor is kind of, I don't want to say stunned, but as he's finishing up his rounds with Guy and Chet, Ronto's going to kind of rush over on Camus and lean down, grab not the sword, because Ronto doesn't use swords for some reason, but Camus can, but the sheath of the sword, slide it up, hop off, or jump forward using the momentum of Camus running to do a somersault and just crack the Emperor over the head with the sheath of this sword. The fog sword. So let's see. I would like to use athletics and might for that speed, plus the 1 for my Poochie Pooch helping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is, I'm gonna bring it over. That is 6 successes.
It strikes him. He takes the damage.
Okay.
But you watch as your sheath hits him, he spends ki and halves the damage.
Okay.
And as you strike him, he looks at you in this, a little trickle of blood running down his forehead. He says, "It comes to this."
All right. And then I thwack him again in the face with my other action. No, I don't do that. I want to go. I'm gonna pull a Chet, and I'm gonna just get real low, because I'm a little shorty, and I'm gonna crack him across the ankles and try to knock him on his feet. And then I guess I will use a might and speed again to kind of just do that drop down. So I'll drop a dice from that roll. And then I've also, let me double check, make sure I can record this. With my final, there it goes. With my final dynamic action that I'll have after this move, I just want to use deeper cuts to inflict more damage to it, which I'm sure he'll heal from, but that's okay. Let's see. That is going to be 3 successes this time.
All right. He takes the damage, and rather than blocking it with ki, he smiles at you and says, "My turn."
Uh-oh. My sweet fail.
And he is going to counterattack with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Ooh, I shouldn't have used my dynamic actions. Let's see. So I can still defend, I just can't use dynamic actions? Or how does that work?
Well, how many dynamic actions do you have left at this time? Point that you use.
Sorry,
all
that
of
would be 0. That was
them?
it.
All right. So technically, at this point, you have no dynamic actions
Got
to dodge. You can use a karma to absorb that, to have that damage.
Yeah, if you guys are cool with that, I'll go ahead and just soak half.
How?
Is it a karma or is it key?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Key.
Key.
Yes,
Key.
Okay, yeah, that
I-
makes more sense.
I
I'm
thought
okay
you-
with using that.
Told us on Chet's turn. You said that he was out of dynamic actions. So does he have? Okay, he has an ability to counterattack. Interesting.
Something secret and sneaky.
Something.
Well,
All right.
so he is choosing to lose, automatically lose against an attack, which is gaining him his own personal key or karma of his own,
Right.
turning those into actions.
Ooh. Oops, I
Right.
messed up. Okay.
That's okay.
So let's see.
We're
You
learning.
said half of 7 for damage?
Yes. So
Oh,
you
you
take,
Got it.
Round it up or down.
round it down. Yeah, I'm always in
It's
favor
3.
of numbers.
Okie dokie.
Artichoke.
Doing good. We're still up.
All right, on to Kyo.
So Kyo is going to Kyo is going to once again try Stone Lung on the Emperor and see if that does anything.
Awesome.
May I use a karma? We have 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also agrees.
Alright, let's see here. I got 4. And it is a basic, so I needed 2.
Yep. So he begins to cough and hack. It's not enough for the boost to do the extra, but so he is takes the
A -1 penalty on all actions.
Yep.
And then with my, I'm gonna, I was gonna say I'm probably gonna hold on to my, onto my other dynamic action, because that was my standard action. So
All right. So top of the round, he is going to spend a dynamic action for his Aijutsu to automatically go first. He is going to spend a key, and you watch. Let's see if he gets the backfire.
roll your dynamic actions, guys.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He gets the backfire. Isn't that always fun? Let me
Yes.
double check what
Well,
backfires on this.
Haha.
He attempted to use Dizzy Up the Girl.
But he dizzied himself up. Cool.
Yeah, so no, let's see. You watch as he painfully, without the mastery that you've seen others of the recoiling serpents, he begins to cast off his skin.
Oh, what a gross guy.
Yeah, what a weirdo.
However, he got the backfire because he did not roll a success. And in this case, he is now poisoned and has a level 1 slowed condition, so he's an additional -1 to his actions.
This
So
guy
he-
played himself.
He shed his skin, but he forgot to grow new skin.
I'm double checking to make sure nothing else is happening with it. Here we go.
He's allergic to having his skin removed.
Yeah, so essentially, it's kind of nasty. His mouth extends open and a new body pops out of it.
Ooh.
So, however, usually in these cases, all the damage that one takes or goes away. It's one of the superpowers of the recoiling serpents. Is that all of a sudden it's like, hey, this is not my final form. However, all the wounds that have been done by Guy are still there. Now that costs him, he only has a few dynamic actions left, and he is holding. But he has drawn his sword. So, top of the round, Chet and Guy.
Guy, get those two to hug.
Who's going first?
Chad, I would prefer Chet go first if he doesn't,
Okay.
if he wants to.
I can go first. You look like you've been reading, so it seems like you were formulating plans. Whereas
This is what I do.
I'm gonna do the protagonist thing, just try to kick him in the head. I'm going to attempt to jump up and knee him in the jaw, closing his stupid mouth.
So he's
Okay,
defending with 4 successes.
All right, I'm doing fighting and discipline. I got 6.
All right, so 2 points over. You are able to strike him. You don't get the boost, but he takes 2 points of damage.
All right, and then after getting that, I'm going to attempt to wrap. So while in the middle of not hitting him in the chin with my knee, I'm going to then wrap my other leg around his neck and attempt to do some cool anime stuff. I'm gonna do a handstand, and I'm going to flip him over and hit his head on the ground.
I like
Like
it.
a suplex?
Go for
It's
add
it's
another
like a-
dice for your dynamic.
Okay, so I'm gonna do fighting and fortitude for that one, +1 because you said so.
Yeah, because that was a cool description.
So let's see. That's 1, 2, 3.
3 defending.
Let's get all those out of there to roll my last dice. 4, 5.
So 5 successes.
5 successes.
All right, so that's another 2. Technically, he is at 19 points of damage because of the shedding of the skin.
All right, and let's see. I have 2 dynamic actions. I'm gonna hold on to them.
All right. Now he has spent 2 of his dynamic actions to defend against those. But that means on to Guy.
Hey. First, I would like to, real quick. Did he got himself free from my trap, right?
Yes, he did.
meaning that the pieces of it, the various ropes and stuff, are discarded on the floor, meaning I can use them again, potentially. All right. So first off, I'm gonna run up to him to make sure that he at least gets within. I get within range so that he gets affected by the aura thing. All right. Do I see him taking some more temporal damage?
Yes, he
I
does.
imagine.
So at this point, he's at 24 points of damage, and
Uh.
he looks extremely wounded.
All right.
And of course, you're watching as more spectral forms begin to slash and hit him from all angles.
All right. Good. Am I able to safely get to the discarded pieces of my used trap?
I will say yes. Safely, I will say in exchange for, let's say, I'll just spend a karma.
Do we have it? What's our karma
We
count?
have, I think we're at 5. 4.
All right. Then, if you guys don't mind,
Yeah,
Do
go
it.
for it.
then I'll use that, and you suddenly see a guy like doing some black backflips over these swords, uncharacteristically.
Nice. Look
But
at him.
But I do get to the pieces, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm not sure if we have any leftover grappling hooks left for me to kind of finagle something. Do you want to just use another
Probably,
grappling hook?
How many
How many
dynamic
dynamic-
actions do you have left?
I got 5.
Do you want to shove the sword into the grappling gun and just launch
No,
it?
no. I imagine that the one we used to infiltrate this place, and then the one that that Chet used to discard that one other guy, are not recoverable.
Spend another karma, and you have one more on you.
Then, if the group doesn't mind, because I would
Go
like
for
to,
it.
then
Let's
yes.
do it.
Let's do it.
Do it.
So I have
do it.
another one. I would just like to make to kind of make just a very simple grappling hook for me to use. And do I need to? Do you want me to make any checks on this in order to actually assemble it together?
Nope. I let you spend the karma. You managed to get it on there. Now, how effective it is depends on what
Right.
you're about to do.
Nothing at the moment, but I'm not great at combat. My biggest ability to aid in this fight is to just be able to get close to him, meaning I need to stay safe when I'm unable to do anything. So I'm gonna jump out a window.
Oh, bye.
Where the
We're,
fuck?
Okie
we're ninja, all right. I'm not
We
going
are.
to. I am not going to outright confront him. I'm gonna go find a hiding spot now. So I'm gonna jump out the window and start riding on the rooftops. Maybe even climb up into the into a higher level up above here in order to swoop down from below. In any case, I need to hide.
Be
So
careful.
I'm
It's,
jumping out a window.
be careful. It's storming.
It's slippery up there.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check of some sort with that.
All right then. And so I'm gonna use my last use of work smarter, and so athletics and let's see, intuition to kind of navigate myself towards a place where I could potentially hide and be able to swoop down Batman style.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Got 1 success on that, so I'm gonna use the very last reroll that I got left.
But, yeah, and we
Thanks.
do have one on the table. Or do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have one on the table still.
Oh, much better. And so 1, 2, 3. So 3 successes to, on this check.
All right. Guy jumps with the grappling hook and manages to swing up into the air away from everything taking place.
What the hell?
I've never seen him do that before.
I've never
Is
seen
he
him.
coming back?
I hope so.
All right. So on to Ronto.
Okay. While the Emperor is kind of entangled with Chet, I would like to assist in grappling him and keeping him pinned. with Camu in tow. Is he still interlocked with Chet, or have you two separated after that impact?
I imagine after the impact we separated. I'm not holding
Okay.
him in a leg lock.
Got it. With Camu in tow, I am gonna go low because I'm little, and I'm gonna go for the legs while Camu makes a leap over me and goes high to kind of make that knock to the ground and use his weight and
Nice.
my grip of his legs to keep him to the floor.
Oh man, just like when you're chilling on the bed and your dog is like, I'm gonna jump up on the bed, but I can't see exactly where the human is, so I'm gonna land
on
directly
you.
on their chest.
My 45-pound dog loves doing that.
Yep.
Let's see.
We're going to do
Go
this
ahead.
the right way. We're actually, if you're
Okay.
going to do this, we're going to do initiating grabs.
Okay.
This is going to be a physical fighting check. What will happen is that he'll suffer additional movements, penalty movements, but you need to make the physical check.
Got it. Okay.
Grab initiated.
So let's see. You said fighting, and do I get to pick the other one,
Yeah.
or?
Absolutely.
Okay, just double checking. So fighting and straight up, I think might again. And then with Camu and Tail, I'll take the +1. So that is 4, 5, and then 5 more. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. All the negative penalties that he currently has, he's looking at he got 2 successes. So let's see how it goes.
Well, I've got 2 rerolls saved just in case I do worse. Which I don't think I did. That is 1, 2. I did 2. I'm gonna go ahead and use my reroll to see if I can get a boost out of that. I think it seems worth it.
Do it.
Watch me roll worse. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 successes.
So that's
For this
2
dog
boosts
pile.
past it. Do you want to do some damage on top of that?
I would love to do some damage on top of that.
All right. So additional damage is 1 point. You still have 1 more boost to pick something for.
I would like that boost. I would like that boost to carry over to Guy, if I may.
All right. So a streak bonus. So you create an opportunity for them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any other actions you're going to take?
Let's see. That was
Oh yeah,
one
Camu
big.
was going to get in on this, right?
Camu did assist me, so he is
Oh,
currently
okay.
sitting up top, and I am wrapped around his legs. Does that still work for this?
It does, but if I'm going to say if you have 3 karma to spend it, and I will let Camu have an additional negative penalty on him.
We do.
Okay.
leave us
If you
2.
guys are good with it,
Do it.
Yep.
Spend it.
okay. And then oh, that was all one action. I have 4 more dynamic actions. I think, let me make a quick look. I guess, can I just use one of those for deeper cuts to give him a little bit of damage for the impact? And then I will hold on to the remaining 3 just in case.
So you jump
Is,
across. Sorry, I was going to say. So you've jumped across the room, initiating this grapple. Part of the damage, you do 1 point of damage as you take him to the floor. Camu is assisting, and at the same time, whether it's the claws or the jaws, bites into his flesh, doing a little bit more damage as well.
Cool.
Anything else?
Can
I'm-
any of us hear any Latin music, Latin lyrics being sung in the background?
No, what?
Is that an
Yeah, I'm just.
Elden
Ring
Ring joke?
No.
It's a lot of boss fights in games where phase 1 is like the regular theme, and then phase 2 starts and the lyrics in Latin like come in. I'm just trying to gauge if we're still like maybe in phase 1 of combat.
I'm
Like the song
anticipating
that sounds
it,
like
but
chips and salsa. Chips
Yeah.
and salsa.
salsa cookies. I'm
That's the
anticipating it. At the same time, I thought you were being 100% literal. I was like,
I was like, what the hell are we talking about? Like, what kind of Latin music are we talking
No,
about?
no. Are we in phase 1 or are we in phase 2?
I might just have Mexican food on the brain, guys.
I'm gonna hold him
That's
so
really
tight that when he
It's,
morphs into phase 2, he explodes.
That's a whole different kind of Latin.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying I was at all correct or in the same hemisphere. Okay. Is it my turn?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, I have a question. You said, and I looked in the book,
Yes.
that this individual has key.
Yes.
Does he have key that I can taint using tainted key?
Tainted key.
Whoa!
Yes.
And we all sing the song as I have, let's see, 1 2 3 4, I have 6 total dynamic actions. So I would like to use my standard action to rush him because I have to get up so I can touch him, and then yeah, I want to touch him and cast and do tainted key.
All right.
All right,
let's
work.
do-
May I use one of our remaining karma?
Yes, it's your turn.
And I do have like 3 personal rerolls, so yay. You still got them hiccups, kiddo?
That one wasn't me.
When have you guys heard me hiccup?
Was that you?
I hiccuped a little bit.
Oh, it's contagious.
I could hear it. I did all right, but I would like to re-roll, so I'm going to use my re-roll.
for it.
One of them. That's 5. And I'm gonna use one more in my rerolls. This better. That's 6, so that technically counts as a boost because it's a median jutsu.
Yep.
I don't know what I get on a boost. It actually doesn't have anything in there. So I don't know if that just shoots back to one of like whatever my normal boost is for the way, for the style or whatever, which is I can convert a key from one type to another. So that's a personal thing. But essentially is what Tainted Key does. Once I touch the Emperor for a number of rounds equal to successes, which is 6, he must use the opposite type of key to do anything. So that's the thing I wasn't sure if it mattered. And any jutsu that he does creates a backfire effect. Every single time.
Nice. All right. He is going to activate one last power.
Rude.
Do you take off your glove and touch him with your gross finger?
I don't have a gross finger. I am well cultured, thank you.
We all know you have a gross finger.
Yeah, it's this one, guys.
Everyone
telling
take
your
2
mom.
damage unless you have a dynamic action you can use to dodge or to defend.
I do.
I do.
Everybody roll. It's just 2 successes. Basically using one last power as his of a silver slash.
Okay, speed and intuition is what I'm picking to roll.
I lost my character sheet.
Perception
Oh, here it is.
and intuition for me.
I got 3 successes. I've done it. I am perfect.
2, 4. Might and fortitude, just to suck it up.
That was my actual roll to do a backflip.
What is that? That's a 6. 3.
3.
Nice. All of you managed to overcome it. What did Guy get?
I got 3 successes.
3 successes. All of you do. And it's like as you're holding him, he is struggling, and saying, "This isn't supposed to happen." Next round.
New dynamic action.
I'm going to say this. The next hit done to him is going to probably eliminate him. How would you as a team like to do this?
Okay, I'm gonna take the fox sword and stab it into him. We don't have to do that. That would be silly.
I want Camu to drop the fox sword. And
He's just like wagging his tail and he drops it and it's
yeah,
like,
he just starts to pant.
Mark.
Is that how we want to end this epic Camu? This
No.
epic fight?
We cannot do that. I like silly, but I have my limits.
Guy, you need to swing back in and like stand over him, and as all these wounds open up, you need to like tell him something sage and somebody has asked us to embrace the silly.
We all start singing "Who Wants to Live Forever" by Queen.
We do have a suggestion from chat to team up and push him out the window, which would be pretty cool for everybody to see the Emperor fall to his death.
I think I like that suggestion.
It's like we pick him up, start carrying him out, and as we're trying to shove him out the window, Guy makes his big grand swing back in and just
doesn't
comes
know that we're
all
trying to
the way
shove him.
across the room and just pelts him all the way through, and he just blasts out the window and makes a big old goofy scream.
No.
Yeah, that classic, that
The
classic
goofy.
60s Batman swings down from the rope and kicks him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
flies out the window from all of your actions as you drag him out towards the window and launch him into the air. The impact from Guy, you watch as the spectral figures come and strike him down. At one point, you even think that you see... You grew up in the village Danketsu, where Danketsu was revered, and there were paintings that featured him. And you think at one point you even see him driving a blade into the Emperor. And you watch these strikes over and over pelt him, his form falling from above, and at the same time, right when he is about to hit the ground, a lightning strike strikes him, and he becomes dust. All that is left of him is his charred, the charred robes that he was wearing, clattering to the ground. You hear the sounds of commotion, troops. People are completely, it is chaos. It is a cataclysm. The storm is raging. Soldiers are trying to figure out what to do. And we are going to pause right here to basically discuss what's going to happen. The threat of the Emperor is gone. Now we need to decide, A, how your characters get away, or if they do, and how you guys see yourselves ending this out per person. That said, we're going to go to break, and hopefully you'll be here in 10 minutes to hear the last parts of our tale.
I go nowhere.
here we are. All right, everybody. We're now at our epilogue. What is going to be happening to all our characters and the conclusion of our tale? I've given all the players an opportunity to think about it and discuss it and come up with something. So, but based on all of this, I want to go into a certain order to some extent. And I want to start off with Chet. So, Chet, the combat ends, the Emperor falls from the castle. How does it end for your character? What happens?
He's gonna tell everybody else to run and get out of there, and he'll hold off the oncoming army. And he does. Well, maybe. The rest, don't see Chet after the dust settles. He seems to disappear. But throughout the land, there's been rumors of a masked individual going throughout and taking out corrupt remnants of the empire, and those who are corrupt who would fill the vacuum of power. He never shows his face. He's very thorough. He wears the mask of a red dragon.
And
Thus
some sunglasses.
And the legend of the red dragon is born that day. And he seems to go on, or he seems to be around longer than any one man should be around. So no one knows if it's the same person behind the mask to this day.
All right. Moving on, I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Ronto.
Okay. I think Ronto, probably very much like the rest of the crew, is like, we're not gonna leave you, but Chet is nothing if not persuasive, and everybody knows his gusto usually gets him through quite a bit with a great level of success. So we let him hold off, and we make our escape. I imagine there's some disconnect within all of us after things settle down, but wherever we have kind of settled the most, if you can even call it that, is where Ronto kind of remains for a while. She stays outside of civilization and remains in the forests, but spends the next few years kind of taming those wilds and making them safe for travel in and out. Occasionally going into town. And before you know it, she starts bringing puppies into town to socialize them. This weird, grimy hermit brings these weird wolf-dog combos and starts socializing them, eyeing the kids out, seeing who looks like they have a good knack for them. And as the puppies get a proper age and kids can show that they have proper respect and a nice bond with the dogs, she'll begin to kind of let people have those animals. And eventually it starts turning weird, like it's not dogs anymore. Like every once in a while it's like a ferret or like a bird, and everything seems kind of random, but then it becomes intentional. Like here's somebody who's really hard to sight, and they get like this really particular kind of squirrel that kind of helps nudge them in the right directions and stuff, and kind of makes this weird wonky iteration of the like a Clan of the Black Moon 2.0, but more like we're just giving people animals to help everybody bond better. And then I think she does strive to find you guys and see how you're doing when she can. And if anybody would accept it, she would also give an animal to you.
Aw, I love animals.
I know. I have animals for all of you, but only if you accept them.
Well, not for Chet, because he's out disappeared somewhere.
Unless he wants to be found. If he did, he would get a monkey. Something kind of wild but clever. Kyo would get a bear cub. Something kind of fierce and protective like her, but also cuddly. Guy would get a baby bird that has a little hurt wing. It's something that can soothe him when he's nervous, but also give him something to be brave for when he needs to be. And then even Takumi gets a flying squirrel to kind of keep up with his energy. And wherever he's going to be in the world, it's something small that will keep him company. And that's it.
I'd say that if anyone in the group really went out looking, it's probably not too far a stretch to say that they'd figure out Chet's identity.
Cool.
But, he'd do his best to not be found. But he'd take a monkey.
I figure. It's like a monkey that also really likes cheese puffs.
Like all monkeys
So
do.
like a monkey.
You're getting it.
How about Kyo?
When Chet does his, I have to martyr myself for the group maneuver, they share one of those best friend looks, and she's like, "You better come out of here, and this better not be the last time I see you." But when he doesn't apparently come out of there, she's pretty upset about it. She figures he'll be okay, and then once the stories of the Red Dragon start popping up, she remembers that he used to draw little him as the Red Dragon, stuff when we were kids.
If
Like
I
a bunch
if
of
I
those
remember I remember correctly, the way I described Chet in the beginning, his what he would wear had like a red dragon on the back.
Yeah. And so she takes comfort in that. And I return to where the new government is, where my parents had been resettled. They were very ill most of my life. They pass pretty quickly after the emperor is gone. They succumb to their illnesses. And she takes over that aspect of the Fujishita Mercantile, and doesn't make as many trips as she used to. She does hire people to do a lot of that at this point, but she does make one more trip out to the land of the crashing waves to reunite with Tomway and invite her back to the seat of the new government. And then they might travel every so often, but generally she stays and sources materials from the land of Seed and Blossom and the land of the Five Blades, since she's dealt pretty handily with most of their diplomats and things like that. And so she's worked out some pretty sweet trade deals.
Awesome. And finally, Guy, which I did have a reason for why Guy was going last. We had worked something out. Guy, are you prepared? Do you want me to do a little bit of a lead-in, or do you want to?
Oh no.
Actually, if you don't mind me taking point on this.
You've got it. So, without further ado.
And so, sometime after the events at the castle, All right, after the aftermath of the power vacuum and whatnot. All right, obviously the ninja, the Danketsu, and the Lotus Coalition are going to want to celebrate and whatnot, and so a huge celebration is organized for the most prominent members of the Lotus Coalition. Right, all of us are there. We're celebrating. Of course, Chet's not there because he's gone AWOL and whatnot. Um, but Ronto and Kyo are there, along with Kamu, and several of the elders. They're, of course, the honorary um, ninja seated at the highest position because we were the ones that defeated um, uh, the Emperor, right? And people are coming in. We're all getting showered of accolades and whatnot and everything. And that's when anyone who was notices that Guy hasn't made it to this celebration yet, and neither did one of the elders from the Land of Seed and Blossom. Right? I believe that's the person that I am thinking about, right? And
Yes.
so, if one of them were to say, "Where's Guy?" the scene would cut away. We would cut away to the elder from the Land and Seed and Blossom arriving at the venue, and of course the venue from the outside looks like a dilapidated hovel. Right? We're ninja. We're not going to be celebrating something so out in the open in a place where it's not of our own doing, and so it's a very rundown looking place from the outside, but as everyone inside knows, it is a raucous like festival inside. And so the elder from the Land of Seed and Blossom is arriving on his own and is proceeding on. He's like, "This looks a little rundown, but I'm sure it's going to be fine inside." And he walks up to the entrance and gives the secret passcode to walk on in and be granted admission, right? And as the door opens, he's greeted with nothing but darkness inside. He stands there confused, wondering, this doesn't seem right, when suddenly from behind him, unknowns to him, something kicks him forward and forcibly pushes him into the room, upon which the door shuts, closing and locking behind him. All right? He, of course, tries to open the door to make his escape to figure out what sort of unknown assailant has been able to catch him unawares. And taking a moment to gather himself, he starts to inspect his surroundings. It's pitch black inside, and he wanders around a little bit, trying to gather his self about him. And he's able to see a little bit. There's a little bit of illumination, and he's walking forward, and suddenly he hears a click. He manages to dodge out as a rain of arrows comes down from above him, right? And in doing so, he steps on another click. In which case, he was not expecting this at all. And a razor blade from the wall erupts out and swings towards him. He narrowly dodges it, all right? But he lost a little bit, like he gets slashed on the arm in doing so, right? And he's like, wondering what is going on. Who has set up this this dastardly trap for him, right? And that's when a light from above, a candle turns on, is lit up, right? And all he can hear is a very familiar voice coming from above. It is a very soft voice, almost young, but not quite. And he says, "It's about time you made it to your party. I hope you enjoy the festivities." "Who are you? Why are you doing this? What is going on?" "Oh, you don't recognize me? You don't recognize the voice of the ninja that solved your problems? Why? And so he thinks for a second, and suddenly, familiarity lights on his face. And he looks up and says, Guy? Guy, is that you? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? Aren't I one of you? He says, Yes. But all of this, everything that has happened the past decade, it all culminated with one person. And I'm tying up loose ends. You have not been properly punished. You have not been served the justice that you so deserve for starting this war. Many ninjas were lost because of your folly. Those souls are on yours. And so, enjoy this little party favor I have constructed for you. This will be your tomb. And as Guy extinguishes the candle from above, the elder below is desperately trying to make his escape. And every single time he thinks he's made a breakthrough, he runs into another cleverly disguised trap. And from the outside, our door opens up. And Guy, wearing some of the nicest clothes he's ever prepared, just kind of hops out with a carefree little gait, just kind of dusts himself off, and just kind of saunters on over to the real party.
And
All
so,
the while hearing screams coming from inside.
Tuan had wanted to change out for his story. He wanted to become the teller of the tale, the GM, as it were. And so he has been in for my players. He's been in the GM slot of the layout for his little part. As it were, yes, wrapping up the loose end of the member of the pox that started the whole affair. That said,
Nice.
Made a saw trap.
the land of the Izo Empire fractures. The army falls apart after some time. It takes a long time for justice to really be seen for those who did the worst of the crimes there. But slowly you watch as it becomes the democracy that it wanted to be at the beginning. When all this started taking off, it was because the people started to fight back. And they fought against the emperor, who treated them as cattle. Now, as for the new empire, the Southern Empire, it never gains the recognition or the prestige that the Izo Empire had. In fact, it's mainly just almost ornamental left over from all of this. But it's kind of a home for many of you. And the world moves on with your stories and a new future. And that is where we're going to be calling our season to an end and our series to an end.
I just had to write the end of my notes.
Yeah, I had to put a little the end on my character sheet.
A quill comes down and elegantly writes "Thin."
Thin.
Question mark.
So, kind of a bittersweet moment there in a lot of ways. 5 years. I dreamed of this plot for essentially a long one shot that got broken up into 4 episodes for a podcast, and then this took off from there. This has been amazing for me because I have gotten to finish a campaign. I don't know if anybody out there has ever had that moment where you get to actually finish one of these. Uh, and see the plot line all the way through. So I really want to thank all my players here. I want to thank everybody who has participated from the beginning. The creators who came on board and played with us for an episode in season 2, and try not to get too sappy about it, because yeah, it's an end, but at the same time, I'm really excited. That said, I'm going to say a couple things. It is the end of this game, and we are planning to do a mini series as a group in the fourth quarter. We're going to figure out what it is, but this table will reunite for another game. Because quite frankly, I love these people. Steven, Justine, Tuan. We weathered a pandemic together in a way as a table, and we had to stop meeting in person and start going virtual, and then we moved. And God, I just think the world of y'all. And so thank you so much for joining me on this trip and playing along with us and joining up again to say, hey, yeah, this episode, this game's over, but we're all going to play again. That means the absolute world to me, because I really do think the world of this table.
Same.
It was a blast.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I also think we should shout out some of our longtime watchers, like Tentacle Greg, who's been with us since like episode 0, I think, of Growing Shadows. Of late, we've had a lot of people starting to tune in, like Revna. We know that you're here.
Farlane.
Although you may not be, Farlane, David, he has to be because he lives here. No, he loves the show. He was on Wooden Dojo, and so of course Mooncrow, and I'm sure there's more of you that I'm not thinking of. But Tentacle Greg is the one that comes out, is the one that jumps out at me because he's been with us for so long. So
He also says he has some of the nicest tweets about this show too.
he really does, really does. We definitely see you, Greg, all the time. So we very much appreciate your love. I know John and I, John said everything that I could say. I have loved this table. I have loved since we used to be able to play together in person. For those of you that don't know, Stephen, Justine, and I, and then Sammy, who used to be on the show as Takumi, we all worked together in adjacent places. When we were still living in Tomball at the game store and the comic store. And then Tuan, I met at another game store, and he used to come out to our shop on Tuesdays and play Keyforge with me and a bunch of other big dorks. And so these are folks that I've spent a lot of in-person hours with outside of this game, and they're very, very dear friends of mine, and I'm so glad that you all get to enjoy their personalities and their creativity and their storytelling through this show. And it will be sad to see it go. But yeah, we will get back together and do some more stuff. And of course, all of our art and merchandise for this show was Justine's brain and handwork. So the poster behind John and the comic behind John, which is one of my favorite scenes in was that session 0 or session 1?
I think it was one.
Session
I think
1,
it was
the
after.
volleyball game.
It was after the dodgeball game. Dodgeball, not volleyball. We're not on a beach, thanks. We were in a bamboo forest.
Quick, Justine, show the shirt.
Oh.
Yeah, Danketsu.
Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Dodgeball.
Danketsu dodgeball leads. Use your key. So, yeah, it's been a really good time. We thank you all for joining us and being here tonight. We've had one of our best nights ever. You're all so excited to see us go. Or are you going to pull the comic? We'll post it online later. We have before, but yeah, it's just us being shits to Koga because Koga was being a shit to us. So,
and then we turned him into a death hero, as in he was a hero and I assume died. I don't know.
Did he die?
Yeah, what happened to Koga?
They both fell off the building.
That's what I thought. But then they
I
disappeared.
well, the way I described it is that the fall, he drove Onimaru into the ground, landed on top of him. So probably very hurt, but lived. At least that was my intent.
He's off, learning to be a good. He's like Biff in Back to the Future. He's going to be washing our cars
He's making
later.
like a tree and going away.
I've employed him at Fujishita Mercantile, and he runs the circuits for me. That was Tom Way is the one Greg just asked in chat. What of Kyo's not girlfriend? In the epilogue that it was Tom Way. I go and find her and ask her to come back to the.
Do you ask her to be your girlfriend, or do you just ask her to be your not girlfriend?
I guess you'd have to be there, Ronto.
I'm around. You could tell me.
I asked Tom Way to be my forever person.
Yeah, I mean, you
Close
can
enough.
tell Ronto gave you a bear.
Ronto did give me.
bear.
Oh my god, what's my bear's name?
It's
could be a
whatever
wedding
you want it
present.
to be.
You named it after your best friend and fallen ally.
I did. Chet Dragon.
Chet Dragon.
Well, we
I just call my bear Chad.
Well, we always gave our mules like silly names. So I think there needs to be a Robert.
A Robert.
You know,
You know,
but
Yeah,
Robert
you guys
Robert
can
what?
name your
Yeah.
animals.
We'll tweet what our animal names are. That'll be a little tidbit.
Yep.
After
I
the
wanted
fact.
to leave it vague enough for you guys to, if you ever wanted to do anything with an animal, let your imagination run wild. It's your little birdie / monkey / bear.
Mine's just Infernape from Pokemon.
That's a good one.
Now we could always do a honey heist with all the animals that Ronto gave us.
We could do that. I'd have to work on my bear voice.
You babies, and then Camu.
Well,
Be cute.
Infernape's a fighting fire type. He'd be pretty cool, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Barry Manaclaw.
Yeah, thanks, Rev.
Well,
Cute.
two last things. So, actually, I guess three technically. So, Growing Shadows is over as far as the storyline goes. I am culminating it, pulling the entire series together from the original Seriously Let's Play all the way to this episode tonight will be a podcast. Each episode is roughly about 2 hours long. I have improved the audio quality overall from the original, so that is going to be available, and then I'll start putting those out. That's one of the pieces. So another way for you to listen and enjoy it, especially if you did not, you weren't here or didn't follow the podcast part. Ultimately, I definitely want to say beyond thank you to this table, because when we first started this channel, we had 3 shows, roughly just 2. But we had this show, and we had Illuminated Page, our Call of Cthulhu show when we were doing Masks of Nyarlathotep. And that was it. And then we added Seriously Let's Play, the actual play for Twitch. But this is one of the original groups, and so thank you so much for coming on this journey as we started this whole crazy thing off. That said, also, so I'm going to be taking a short break as GM for a bit because we are working on a new actual play that's going to be coming out. And that is, we're going to be doing Dragon Age. It is going to be a time of masks and daggers. It takes place in Orlais. And in my cast, I have Stevie, who was in chat earlier. We have Panimi, who has been on a few of our shows. Panimi is also bringing one of their friends, Reggie, with them. And we will also have, filling out the party, Aloy Lasanta, the creator of Ninja Crusade, which is the game we just finished. So the creator of that is going to be joining us for Dragon Age. So, yeah. several big pieces of news all there in a row. Podcast, Dragon Age, and don't forget this table's coming back together. We just need to. We've got several games that we have floated for what we want to do, and yeah, we'll figure out what the game is that we're going to do in our fourth quarter, which starts usually in October to December. So somewhere in that point, we're going to be getting this table back together and playing a mini series. So be sure to come join us then. And as always, don't forget, join our Discord server. We do gaming on there ever so often. That is not streamed. Just last night, I was running the game I'm releasing, Gutterpunk. And other people love to run games there as well. There's all kinds of stuff always going there. So please come check out our Discord and be aware that in this about 2 weeks, Seriously Let's Play returns, and we are starting up a whole series of games with creators coming on and running stuff for us. It's going to be a blast. And yeah, if you loved what we did, go track down a copy of Ninja Crusade. It is still out there, probably on eBay and other places. Support indie gamers and support indie RPGs. Other than that, I guess this is our last sign off. Does anybody else want to say anything? I mean, y'all want to shout anything you got going on really quick?
Well, I mean, as I said before, I am a part of a Twitch channel here called Gamer_Not Gamer, where I take my friend Corey, who is not a gamer, through the games that I loved in childhood. So if you would like to see some like perspectives on games that you may have grown up loving, from someone who just is not the kind of person who necessarily plays games, come hang out.
Is your friend blossoming into a beautiful gamer?
He doesn't consider himself one. No, no. So he still doesn't consider himself one because he doesn't. Whenever he has free time, like the only video game that he plays in his free time, other than like mobile games, is Minecraft. But because he doesn't choose to game in his free time, mostly just when we stream, he still is like, yeah, he still doesn't consider himself a gamer.
I like the perspective. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I was curious about his character development. You guys have been doing this for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
His character development.
Has
He
he
has
developed any
gotten-
character yet?
he's definitely gotten through a lot of games that he would have given up on had we not been streaming them together.
I get it.
He's just not the type to sit down for a couple hours and do that. So, like, we recently beat Final Fantasy X, a game that he probably would have not gotten past, like, the first couple chapters of.
Didn't I like visit one time and you were playing either Bubsy or Earthworm Jim or something?
We were playing
What?
Earthworm Jim. We did a medley of games at one point that like a medley of like one-offs until we just decided to switch. But yeah, we did Earthworm Jim.
Honestly, they play, for those of you that haven't tuned in for Gamer Not Gamer, they play a lot of old games that you probably are not expecting them to be playing. Didn't you just finish like a week's, maybe months long Secret of Mana? Was that what you were doing?
That yes, we did do Secret of Mana. That was one that, oh man, I love the first
That's a classic.
3/4 of that game. That last fourth of that
That's one way
game
to put
is
it.
such.
Oh no.
I forget every time because like the way that I play a lot of these games now is I'll get through maybe like the first half, get that good nostalgia fix, and then another new game that I want to play comes out. So I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna hop over to that now. I got my hit of nostalgia. I'm gonna come over here. And I forget that's the end part of some of those games is rough.
The days of, you know, before like walkthroughs online and oh,
You
it
could
was,
purchase a game guide
You
with
had-
money.
yeah, you had to go. Yeah.
Prima Games.
They're still
can't-
making game guides.
I can't tell you how many times on stream, just for the sake of like not sitting there for 20 minutes trying to figure out a thing. Well, I'll just Google it.
Right. Right.
It's like, yes, we're playing a game, but we're also trying to like put on a show and like
Entertain
entertain.
people.
So it's like, let's get past this part.
Right on, right on. No, it is definitely. I dropped a link to it in the chat, so please do go follow, subscribe, all the good stuff. It's good content, and they're good guys.
Try to be.
All right, so we're signing off for tonight. Next week, channel is back with. Or actually, yeah, we are back. Monday we have
The
Star Trek.
voyages of it will be, I believe it's called Heist Time, and Robin Jacoba will be in the GM seat for that.
And then Tuesday we are back with By Leaps and Bounties, our Seventh Seas actual play. So that's
that's
it.
Yay.
Everyone get out there, have a good time, get some games, and enjoy. You haven't seen The Last of Us either, so see y'all around soon.
See ya.
Night,
Night,
everyone.
everyone.
Bye.
Night, everybody.
Bye.